Virgo, stop what you're doing right now. There is an urgent message that just landed on your path, and it's covered in stardust and ancient symbols. This is about a secret road opening up right in front of you, a door you might have already seen in a dream, but to walk through it, you must first understand the language of the signs left for you. I feel you've been waiting for permission, a validation, a sign that you're on the right track, and it is here, but you're not looking in the right place. Today, we're not using the usual cards. We're connecting to the oracle of ancient archetypes, of threshold guardians, and hidden keys. What we uncover could rearrange the map of your future. Are you ready? Then let's begin. If this energy speaks to you, if you feel this message might be for you, then you are in the right place. Here on Virgo, we decode the universe's messages specifically for your analytical mind and your deep soul. If you want more of these keys, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you never miss the next decoding. Your support allows this community to grow. Now, let's dive into the mystery. The first energy that presents itself isn't a card, it's a seal. It bears the inscription of the threshold guardian. Virgo, you are currently standing before a passage. It's not a wide open door, but a narrow archway, almost hidden in the rock face of your daily life. The guardian is not there to block you, but to check your intent. You have spent so much time perfecting the details of your present life, rearranging the furniture in the room you're in, that you may not have noticed an entire wall has an opening. This guardian asks you a silent question. Are you seeking comfort, or are you seeking truth? Comfort, you have. Truth, however, requires leaving something behind, an old story about yourself, an identity of the one who serves, who fixes, who organizes, that, while useful, has begun to weigh on you like a too heavy coat in summer. The guardian is waiting for you to acknowledge this weight and agree to lay it down before you pass. Look around your routine. Where do you feel that constriction, that frustration that isn't about a task, but about a role? That is where the threshold lies. Now, as you look this guardian in the eye, a light bleeds from behind it. It takes the form of the second energy, the key of lunar memory. This archetype speaks directly to your subconscious, Virgo. It activates memories that aren't yours, but your soul's. There is a knowing in you, an ancestral skill that is about to wake up. Perhaps it's an aptitude for healing with plants or words, a deep intuition about cycles, or a talent for building systems that honor both logic and magic. This lunar key was recently activated by a series of strange dreams, repeating coincidences. You've seen the same number, heard the same word, encountered the same symbol, or an inexplicable feeling of nostalgia for a place or time you've never known. Your analytical mind may have dismissed these signs as nonsense, but today, the oracle says, these are the puzzle pieces. Your rationality is a magnificent tool, but it is not designed to understand the language of the soul. Let your logic rest for a moment. Start recording these coincidences. They form a constellation, and that constellation is a map leading to the next version of you. The third energy shimmering in the space between the cards is that of the archivist. Picture a limitless library where every book is a potentiality of your life. The archivist is that part of your mind that has meticulously recorded every path not taken, every idea abandoned for lack of confidence, every passion set aside for lack of time. Right now, the archivist is opening a specific file. It contains a creative project, a field of study, or an enterprise you considered years ago. The timing wasn't right. The resources weren't there. You weren't ready. But the archivist now lays this open file on the table before you, and a warm light shines upon it. The cosmic conditions are shifting. A hidden resource, whether it's unexpected support, a connection that will manifest, or a sudden reclaiming of your time and energy, is about to materialize. Your task is not to dismiss this file as an old dream. Begin to browse it again. Do some research, however modest. Talk to your journal about it. This seed, planted long ago, has been dormant. It is sensing the soil warming. And then there is the most intriguing presence, the Bridge of Whisperers. This archetype does not represent one person, but a network, a web of subtle connections currently being woven around you. Within the next 3 to 6 months, encounters that seem casual will reveal themselves as crucial links. You will meet people who speak the same soul language as you, a blend of pragmatism and depth that is the hallmark of an evolved Virgo. These connections may not come from your usual circles. They could come from an online course, a niche forum, a strangely specific recommendation from a friend. The bridge is being built between your inner world and your outer expression. You will be asked to share your expertise, your ideas, your particular vision. And when that moment comes, the oracle advises you to say yes, even if your perfectionism screams that you're not quite ready. It is in crossing the bridge that it solidifies beneath your feet. Finally, we have the background energy, the most potent of all, the eclipse of the practical self. This is a cycle, not an event. Over the next 12 months, you will experience a series of moments where the identity you present to the world, the competent, reliable, ever helpful person, will be temporarily obscured. Like during an eclipse, another part of you, more wild, more intuitive, more artistic or visionary, will be briefly illuminated. This may make you uncomfortable. You may feel out of character, others may be surprised, but it is in these eclipse moments that you will discover your most authentic gifts. The work of your life is not to become a flawless version of your practical self. It is to integrate this eclipsed self into your daily light. These episodes are dress rehearsals. Pay attention to them. What did you do, say, or create during those times? That is where your treasure lies. So, Virgo, what do you see? What do you feel hearing these archetypes, these seals and keys? The map is not drawn. The guardian still awaits your answer. The lunar key glows in your subconscious pocket. The archivist's file is open. The bridge of whisperers begins to vibrate with the first footsteps, and the light of the eclipse plays with the shadows of your identity. This is not an ending. It is a new kind of beginning, an invitation to read the world not just with your eyes, but with the memory of your soul, to note the symbols, to trust the strange logic of synchronicities, to accept that the next step on your path may not be wider, but infinitely deeper. The energy is here. It swirls around you, waiting for your recognition, your small gesture of courage to begin the dialogue with it. The dialogue has begun, Virgo. Can you feel it? A subtle hum in the silence, a new curiosity about the patterns in the cracks of the pavement, a different taste in the air just before dawn. The guardian is not impatient, but it is observant. It notes the shift in your gaze, the slight softening of your shoulders, as you consider that the weight you carry might be optional. The threshold is not a test of strength, but of willingness. Are you willing to be a student of this new, symbolic language? Your first assignment is simple. Before this day ends, identify one thing, just one that represents the too heavy coat of your old role. It could be an app on your phone that ties you to a duty you've outgrown, a commitment in your calendar that brings more dread than purpose, a repetitive thought that says, I have to be the one to handle this. Name it. Acknowledge it as the cost of admission to the familiar room. Then, make a silent promise to the guardian that you will not bring it through the archway. This is not about drastic action today, but about conscious intention. It is the first whisper of your answer. And as you form that intention, feel the key of lunar memory grow warm. It begins to turn in its lock, and what it unlocks is not a door, but a sense, a knowing. You might find yourself suddenly understanding a complex emotional situation without analysis. You might hear a song and feel a cascade of memories that aren't yours, but carry a message for you. You might dream of water, of roots, of weaving, of codes. This is your soul's vernacular returning to you. Your practical mind will want to translate it immediately, to file it away, resist. Let the images linger. Let the feelings resonate without definition. This key is reconnecting you to your ancient intelligence, which operates on metaphor and resonance, not spreadsheets and schedules. Start a journal not for tasks, but for these impressions. Call it your lunar log. In 3 months, you will read it and see the map being drawn by your own sleeping consciousness. Meanwhile, the archivist has pulled another document. It's related to the first, but this one has notes in the margin in your own handwriting from a younger, more idealistic you. It's an old passion, yes, but seen through the lens of who you are now, wiser, more resourceful, more connected. The resource that is coming is not necessarily money. It might be a piece of information falling into your lap. It might be a tool or software becoming accessible. It might be the sudden availability of a quiet space to work, or a conversation with a stranger who has the exact piece of knowledge you need. The universe is aligning to resource this old dream with the grounded energy of present-day Virgo. Your role is to hold the file open. Spend 15 minutes this week engaging with it. Sketch the idea, research one small aspect. The act of engagement is a signal flare you send up to the cosmos, saying, I am ready to receive the means. Feel the vibrations now under your feet, that is, the bridge of whisperers beginning to hold weight. The first connections are not loud announcements, they are quiet recognitions. You'll be in a group, virtual or real, and one person's comment will feel like it was pulled directly from your own thoughts. You'll feel a strange, compelling urge to reach out to someone. Even if it feels random, follow that urge. These are your fellow travelers on this archetypal path. They are the ones who will understand when you speak of the guardian or the lunar key without thinking you've lost your practical mind. They will reflect back to you the parts of yourself that are awakening. This network is your future support system, not built on old obligations, but on resonant purpose. Be open. Be the one to send the first hello. And through it all, welcome the moments of the eclipse. They will feel like temporary madness, a sudden urge to paint when you have reports due, a profound insight about your life direction that comes while you're washing dishes. A day where you are simply unable to perform your usual efficient persona and instead feel restless, poetic, or deeply quiet. In these moments, the most potent thing you can do is to allow and observe. Don't force the practical self back to the center stage prematurely. Let the eclipse self have its few minutes of sky. Note what it wants, what it sees, what it creates. It is in these flashes that you are downloading the blueprints for your integrated life. So here is your closing map, Virgo. You stand before the guardian. Your ticket forward is the release of an outdated role. You hold the lunar key. Your compass is the symbolic language of your soul, recorded faithfully. You have the archivist's file. Your project is the resurrection of an old dream with new, soon-to-arrive resources. You are approaching the bridge. Your community awaits in the whispers and resonant connections. You will experience the eclipse. Your transformation is rehearsed in these fleeting moments of authentic strangeness. The path is not linear. It is a spiral. You will encounter these archetypes again and again, each time at a deeper level. You are not being given a destination, but a new set of eyes to see the journey you are already on. The reading is complete, but your dialogue with the symbols is just beginning. Walk forward, Virgo. The archway is narrow, but the world on the other side is vast, and it has been waiting for the true, the whole, the beautifully complex you to finally step through.